Mini skirt on, dip my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys want a picture. Two foreign cars, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, dip my body
Hello. You're now tuned into the Little Bit A Lot podcast. I'm your host, Kristen. Welcome to another week. We're back with another banger. And this week, guys, we've got to sit down, spill the tea, get into some gags, and see what has been going on. The TikTok girlies have been literally having me dead all week about this subject when it comes to none other than Austin McBroom from the Ace family. Post-production Kristen here. I don't know if I explained exactly who the Ace family was. So just in case you don't know, which I'm assuming if you clicked on this podcast, you do know. But just in case you don't know, the Ace family is a popular family YouTube channel consisting of Catherine and Austin McBroom, and they have 3 kids. And they just recently announced that they're getting a divorce. They started their channel in 2016, and the divorce announcement, in my personal opinion, is overdue. There's an article on here from NBC News where they talked about how they've had over 18 million subscribers, and they were known largely for their viral family vlogs, challenges, and pranks. And in recent years, they've also been embroiled in numerous legal controversies. And then in a statement on Instagram announcing the divorce, Catherine says, "As heartbreaking as this is, I also feel liberated. I have spent the past few years prioritizing my children and honoring my commitment to my family. All the while, I seem to be losing myself in my own personal happiness." And in his Instagram post, Austin McBroom shared a photo of himself and Catherine, calling the divorce the hardest decision of my life. "We created one of the greatest stories, almost a decade together. So many memories, so many accomplishments, but every book comes to an end," he wrote. "And now we will be writing a new book as separate authors." Some fans said that they were saddened in the comments. Others speculated about the reason for the split, including allegations of infidelity, which Austin McBroom has denied, which is, concerning because even though he denies it, there have been several receipts showing the opposite of that reality. But yeah, anyway, back to the video. The Snapchats are going crazy, okay? This man is literally spiraling. He's losing his mind day by day, and we are here along for the ride. So I just figured, why not talk about it on the podcast? Because the Ace family has just been this big looming threat over our lives for the past couple years when it comes to social media. So to see Austin in this state, it is very interesting, to say the least. But before we jump straight into it, you already know, if you're a fan of the podcast, I appreciate you. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. I am now on my road to my first 200 subscribers. So hit that subscribe button so that way you can be down with the gang. And of course, if you're listening on Spotify, make sure you click that follow button so you're following the podcast so you can stay up to date with every new episode. And make sure you rate me that 5-star rating if you're feeling what I'm putting down. And of course, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, I appreciate that. Rate me that 5 stars while you're at it and leave me a review letting me know what you think about today's episode. When it comes to the Austin McBroom situation and the Ace family, I thought that I would, be vulnerable with you guys, okay? We're going to have a moment of vulnerability. I feel like on my space that I've created on my little corner of the internet, it has become truly a safe space. So far, we're on season 2, and you guys have, treated me with kindness, open arms, and nothing but respect. So I really want you guys to keep that in mind when I tell you what I'm about to tell you. Okay, this is something that I've been shameful about, that I've never admitted publicly, but I think it's time that I say that yes, I was once an Ace family member. Listen, I know it's humiliating to say that, out loud, but it's 2024. I think it's time. I have to speak my truth. I have to, do what I got to do when it comes to this situation, because it's getting too crazy for me not to reveal this. I was an Ace family member for about a solid week. Okay. I remember when I first discovered the Ace family, that was during my era where I was like super gullible and believed that family channels were real, you know? So I thought it was real. I fell for it. That was back when I used to also watch, Neek and King. I'm not sure if any of my, listeners know about them. And I was just really on it when it came to like the YouTube houses and the family channels and stuff like that. So when I first discovered the Ace family, it was when Elle was like the only child at the time. I feel like that was back in like the golden era before things, went downhill when it came to this family. But I remember I just fell in so fast. And I was at the point where the Ace family like hadn't been like that old of a YouTube channel. So I was able to kind of go back and look at all of the different videos that they had on their channel from the beginning up until that point. And it was like literally a hyper fixation of mine pretty much for an entire week straight. Like I said, I was staying up until like 7 a.m. watching the vlogs. And I'm like, I'm obsessed. I live for this fantasy. I'm here for Catherine. She's a baddie. Their child is so cute. Austin, he seemed like he was a nice guy at the time. And I remember being so excited about finding this new family on YouTube. And when my boyfriend came over one day, this was before we were living together. We were sitting in the car and I remember being so excited and being like, oh my God, I found a new YouTube channel, this family that I really like. Let me show you the family. Guys, tell me why as soon as I showed my boyfriend, Juwan, the Ace family, he immediately looked like he was so uncomfortable. He took barely one glance at Austin McBroom and was like, ugh. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he immediately just said basically something along the lines of, I don't really trust this Austin guy. I don't really see what you're seeing. He seems like he's just kind of creepy. I don't really like his vibe. And I just don't immediately trust him. And I'm like, what is he seeing that I'm not seeing? And my sister felt the same way. So then I just kind of felt like Boo Boo the Fool because I'm like, here I am going hard in the paint, no Waka Flocka, giving my all into this family. And I was ready to stand because one thing about me, if there's something that I can stand, I'm just going to go full throttle. So I was ready to be dedicated to being a fan of this family, but the way that my boyfriend was just so disturbed by Austin's aura, it just really threw me off. And from that point on, I no longer followed the Ace family. I'm just like, yikes, maybe he's right. Like, maybe there is something about this guy that we just don't know. And after that, the rest was history. I just continued to just follow the other YouTubers I was following. And, a little bit of time passes by. And next thing you know, that's when the alleged cheating allegations start popping up one by one. And the girlies are saying that allegedly Austin is not being faithful in his relationship to Catherine. And there are so many different receipts that are being thrown out there on the internet at the time. And it was just like, oh my goodness, like my boyfriend was right. Like there is something that we didn't know about Austin. And it was giving he could not be faithful in his relationship. So that is my story. That is my truth, guys. It feels so good to get it out there. Thank you so much for being so understanding during this time as I reveal my ultimate secret. But I held that in for so long. Like, oh my God, I was always so ashamed to admit that I had a week where I was an Ace family fan. Like, oh my God, I was really giving fanned out. It was seriously a problem. But I'm glad that the people in my life kept it real with me and said, yeah, no, this is not a good look. So now we're moving a couple of years forward. We're in the year 2024. And if you guys have not seen what's going on Catherine and Austin have announced that they're getting a divorce, and this is long overdue because of all of the alleged cheating scandals that have been going on. I was just wondering, like, along with the rest of the internet, when Catherine was really just gonna say enough is enough and finally leave this guy, and that time has come. She seems to be handling it well per her Snapchat, and we have seen Austin kind of do the opposite of that. He is quite literally spiraling on his Snapchats. If you don't know, the Snapchat world is kind of coming back, and a lot of influencers are saying that they're getting paid, good money to post. But the fact that's bothering me about all of this is, why is he posting so much? I just feel like there should be a limit on how many snaps you post. There should not be 40 of them on there a day for people to scroll through. So that's really the red flag number one that's, making me feel like he's really kind of losing it day by day. Because why are we getting into a moment where we're basically getting a daily divorce diary? I never would have thought that the Ace family would divorce in this way, and then we would also get like divorce vlogs, divorce chronicles. What is going on? I feel like this is a time where you really need to be leaning into yourself, looking into yourself, reflecting on what's going on, trying to heal. But the fact that Austin is just so publicly going through the gags and being like, come along with me, for my divorce, is very alarming. So if you haven't been watching, there are some different behaviors that he's exhibiting on Snapchat that have a lot of the girlies being like, what is going on? So the first thing that made me really laugh was the fact that the day that he was supposed to move out of Catherine's, their house, because Catherine supposedly is keeping the home, and then Austin's going to get another home. When he moved out, he suddenly fell ill, quote unquote. This is just so typical of a guy to be dumped and then suddenly just like find every excuse under the sun not to move out. Like, if you don't pack up your stuff and get the frick out of my house, I don't care about no dang illness. If you're that sick, maybe you should hire a company to help you move. Like, there's still some things that you can do regardless of this illness, quote unquote. Why are you still here? So that was really funny to me, because on his Snapchat, he's just like sitting there with Catherine's scarf on, mind you, being like, oh, I don't know why this is making me feel better, probably because it's Catherine's, but oh gosh, guys, I'm just feeling so sick, oh, I hope it's not the C word. Okay, right. I mean, I really wouldn't wish COVID on anyone, but the way he worded that was just so cringy to me. And he's like, yeah, I hope it's not the C word. Oh my God. I just feel so horrible. And he's like consistently like trying to look sick, but also still continuously glancing at the camera too. So it's literally just kind of like giving like, are you guys watching? Are you watching? I got to make sure I'm still in frame. It's such an act. Like, he may as well be on Broadway for the performance that he's giving. It's literally screaming, Catherine, are you watching? That's the energy that all of these Snapchats feel like to me. And then he has the audacity to ask his audience, oh, should I go to the hospital, guys? Should I go? I don't think that asking your audience, should you go to the hospital if you're apparently feeling like you have COVID, is a good move. Like, only you know if you need medical attention. Like, why are you asking your audience?
Oh my God, yo. I finally just got out of bed. I got chills and a fever. I've been sweating from head to toe. What should I do, y'all? Hopefully I don't have the C word. Should I go to the hospital just to, like, make sure? What should I do, y'all? What should I do? I'm gonna try to take a cold shower.
Then he proceeds to go to the quote unquote doctor, right? But then he has all of these like pathetic pictures of him looking all sad and sickly, being like, at the doctor, oh man, and like took a photo with the doctor supposedly in the, room. And I'm just wondering, like, who was there with him taking these pathetic photos of him sitting on the table waiting to be seen. Like, it is literally so drama. I just can't deal with it, because we all know that, like, no shade, no tea, but notoriously men don't really handle colds that well as it is. So it just feels like it's just theatrical at this point. Like, cut it out, Austin. Are you even actually really sick? Like, it just feels like you're stalling so you can try to be like, are you sure, Catherine? You sure you want me to move out? And it's like, yes, get the frick out. Oh my gosh, guys, I have exciting news. The A Little Bit A Lot podcast has collabed with none other than Bare Minerals. Yes, you heard it right. We are collaborating with Bare Minerals makeup. This means so much to me because when I first started getting into makeup, I would go through my mom's makeup kit to see what she had going on. And of course, she had that OG loose mineral foundation. And on YouTube, all of the girlies were wearing, liquid foundations. And I'm like, what's this about? And once I tried it, I was gagged. To this day, if you see me wearing any type of glam on the channel, you better know that it's going to be my LA Girl Pro Concealer. And on top, I follow up with the Loose Mineral Foundation. I'm in the shade Warm Deep, in case you were wondering. So yes, I personally use this product every time I do my glam. I love it, and I'm excited to try different products by them. So if you guys are into makeup too, make sure you head over to www.bareminerals.com, and any order that you have over $25, you can use code A Little Bit A Lot podcast and get 15% off your order. Super excited about this collab. Like I said, I love and live for this brand. It's great for my sensitive skin, and thank you to Bare Minerals for the opportunity. All right, back to the show. Bye. Then there's another alarming situation where Austin says that he's going to church. I had to keep my notes here because there are so many things to keep up with within the span of the last few days alone that I'm just like, somebody's got to keep record of what he's doing day by day. So he says he's going to church and that he's really locked in and focused on his body and mind and spirit.
Good morning, everybody. Just pulled up to church, about to get that good word in. As you guys know, been trying to get closer to the man above. And I've been really trying, y'all. I've been really trying. And I've been feeling great. Really locked in and focused right now. Been really focused on my body, my mind, and my spirit. And yeah, y'all. If you around me or you're close with me, you know I'm locked in right now. Been hitting the gym every day. Been running miles every day. Been trying to eat a little better. It's a struggle. Been trying to eat better. Been consistently going to church. Been, trying to live the word.
Like, why do you want to do that now? Where was this energy and focus on your mind, body, and spirit when you were allegedly cheating on your wife? Where was that energy? You want to find God now? Why didn't you find God then? You have a wife, 3 children. It feels like it's giving a little bit too late. No, JoJo. So then he proceeds to say that he's also planning to leave the YouTube channel to their kids. Because people ask, like, what are you going to do with the Ace Family YouTube channel? And he's like, yeah, the whole time, the plan was to just leave it to the children. I just don't know what a good idea that is. I feel like a lot of people already have mixed feelings about the kids being on the vlogs that they've been as it is, let alone him trying to wait a couple of years and give it to them. I don't really think that once Elle gets older and kind of understands the gravity of what happened with her family online, is she gonna want anything to do with being a YouTuber? Or maybe she will, but why would she want that YouTube channel? I don't understand that. There's also another moment where he says that he's at a cafe, apparently, and he's like, look, guys, this is my first time eating food all by myself.
I think this might be my first time eating food all by myself. All by myself. It's just me and this little tree.
First of all, this is just literally giving cry for help. What do you mean this is the first time eating by yourself? Did you not eat by yourself before Catherine, before you got married. And on top of that, like I said, you have 3 children. Where are your children? You don't have to be out here eating alone. You could have brought at least one of your kids with you, because it looks like you're at some type of cafe. If he's at Starbucks or something, I know kids like cake pops. Get them a drink, get them a scone, a cinnamon treat, a bagel. What is going on right now? Like, you don't have to be out here just continuously trying to drive this whole single type of moment when you have kids. Like, I think I've seen, Catherine's Snapchats, and she's always with the children. So it's like, why aren't you with the kids? Like, you do not have to be out here saying that you're eating alone. Oh my God, when you could have just like went out to eat with your kids. Like, what is going on? This is very strange behavior, guys. And then the other concerning situation that is going on with him is the fact that he's been house hunting. We've seen him over the past couple of days looking for homes, because he's like, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to move out. You're sure, Catherine? You sure you want me to move out? And he's showing us these properties. He finally finds the property and he's like, yes. And the gag is, it's basically 5 minutes away from Catherine's house. And I just feel like that's extremely concerning, because I'm not 100% sure with Kim Kardashian if Kanye did the same thing where he moved next door. I don't know if that's true, allegedly, but Austin is saying that he wants to be close to Catherine. And if I were Catherine, a lot of people on TikTok are saying the same thing. Run. If he's going to buy the property that's like not far away from you, if I were her, I would just move. Like, okay, you want to move close to me? Well, I'm going to move. And then it's like, but then again, he's like, it appears to be so mentally unstable right now that what if he just sells that property and then just continues to chase her forever? I just don't know about that. I feel like having healthy separation is good. And I understand that like he doesn't want it to be too much of a disruption when it comes to the kids. He wants to be able to be close, but it's just like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they always try to blame it on, I want to be close to the children. And that's nice, but then it's like, are you also leaving out the other part of the truth and the reality that you also want to be close to your ex? Like, it's giving, I want to keep an eye on everything that Catherine's doing. If you live that close to her, you might see every time she leaves the house, comes in the house, who's coming, who's going. And that just feels like it's too much for me. There needs to be a little bit more distance. I could see maybe if you even said like 15 minutes away, 20 minutes away, but it's like, it's really giving down the street type of energy. And I just don't know how I feel about that. Then on top of that, I'm not sure if the property he chose in the end was the one I saw where he was like, plus it's an acre of land. He kept reiterating that fact. And it's like, I don't really know what one man needs to do with that much property, especially given the fact that like previously we've known that he hasn't really taken care of the property that he already did have with Catherine. I'm not sure if you guys remember, there was drama going on where he had like a jet ski or something like that and was whipping it around in his pool. But then the pool was like continuously splashing water down onto like the neighbor's property and like ruining their, was it crops or something like that? I'm not 100% sure, but there have been issues that I've seen allegedly in the past where he hasn't done the best that he's supposed to do with taking care of his home and the area around it and being mindful of his neighbors. So good luck to anyone who's, around him. I really hope he doesn't cause too much of, trouble and disturbances as he's allegedly done in the past. But it's like, what is going on here, guys? There are serious issues and concerns that I have. I'm just really hoping that the children aren't too negatively affected by this. But it just seems like you need to just shut off your Snapchat, Austin, and just really focus on, how do I continue to be a good dad during all of this? How can I focus on making sure that my children are okay during this transition of life? And it just like seems like his priorities are kind of like all over the place. And then he's like, backflipping and cartwheeling in the backyard. And it's just like, dude, I don't know. How could you be that possibly that happy? I don't really think he is. And I think it's just one big phony, like, gag, right? That's the gag. Like, he wants us to see that he's apparently doing fine when in reality he's not doing okay at all. We are watching the spiralization, if that's even a word, of an unwell man. Okay. Like, it is getting crazy, isn't it? Oh my God. And then it's just like making me laugh even more because there's been so many memes that have been popping up ever since he started doing his Snapchat antics. Like the one where he was pretending to be sick and he's like, guys, yeah, I don't know. I just feel bad. Should I go to the hospital? Should I go to the hospital? And people are like being like, POV, me setting the scene to call off tomorrow. And it has literally been taking me clean out. Like, I am dead. Because I feel like we've all been there before where it's like, in my situation, like, I really have not felt good. And I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely not coming tomorrow. And it's like, I gotta let y'all know I do not feel good. But oh my God, I just really hope that Catherine like doesn't let this affect her too much, because then she like did an update on Snapchat and she's just like, update, Austin was supposed to move out today, but he was sick. And it's like, ugh, like, it's literally giving stalling. Like, you don't get out of here. So yeah, I just really, hope that this goes smoothly. And I understand I'm going to be here to like literally say, I don't always think that Catherine is necessarily innocent in this situation either. I feel like out of all of the like news that has come out in all of these years, it seems like she's kind of done some shady things herself. So I'm just hoping that once we get through this divorce, all of that kind of dies down and they can just be normal people. But for Austin, I don't know the probability of that happening. I think he's just always going to be a little bit off after this. But hopefully, like I said, the kids aren't affected by it too badly. But yeah, I just had to like get that out and talk about my feelings on the situation because it has literally been so funny to me. And that leads us to my segment. I forgot to do it last week, but we've got favorite thing of the week. Favorite thing of the week. Favorite thing of the week. So with favorite thing of the week, my favorite thing of the week is Teach Me How to Drill by Lil Mabu featuring Fabio Foreign. I've said it before, but I will say it again. I'm a Fabio Foreign stan. I love drill music. And this song, even though I'm not a Lil Mabu fan, this song is just so funny. Like, they did that performance of it, and they, I think, really, really are just adding so much character to the song and like truly creating like this story and this illusion of like Mabu just being this little white guy being taught how to like do crime. And it's so funny to me. Like, the song is just lit, the energy is there, it's just a fun little jokey song, and I'm here for it. So if you guys haven't heard it, you should definitely check that out because the video is pretty funny. But yeah, I don't really have much to talk about this week, guys, because like I said, Austin McBroom has just pretty much been taking up my entire social media feed, and I'm eating up every single second of it because it's not like I would say I wish him, bad. But at the same time, I just truly feel like this might just be his karma, guys. This might just be his karma. And it seems like he's really feeling the pressure, and the pressure is getting worse. I'm going to continue to keep talking about the different antics that he might pull in future episodes because it's literally just tickling me. It's tickling me. So let me know in the comments or the review if you have been an Ace family member at one point, if you've been subjected to their nonsense and almost fell for it, because I can't continue to be ashamed, of my truth and keep this as a secret anymore. Like, I was in it to win it at one point, but we're recovered now. We're good now, okay? But yes, that's all I have for this week. Thank you guys for listening. I just thought that we would have, a little bit of a celebrity goss, a hot topics like Wendy Williams type of moment for this week. But yeah, so like I said at the top of the episode, make sure you give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. On the road to my first 200 subscribers. Y'all are real ones. And of course, on Apple, write that review, rate that 5 stars. On Spotify, like the show, or actually follow the show, and give me that 5-star review. Rating, I should say. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.
Cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya.